Okay, Leila Centner, co-founder and CEO of Centner Wellness, a leader in the wellness and biohacking industry that continues to set the standard with groundbreaking advancements in anti-aging therapies, regenerative medicine, and beauty treatments. Welcome to the stage, Leila. Give her a round of applause.
Are you mic'd up?
Hello, everyone.
2.
I am Leila Centner. It's great to be here today with all of you. So, some of you might remember I was here last year and I was kind of talking about the journey that I had with what the media did. They tried to cancel me because of the whole COVID thing. Well, this year I'm here to tell a completely different story. And I'm very, very excited to share this all with you. This is going to be a story of hope, resilience, and just not giving up. This is a story of a beautiful young lady who went from terminal. They literally gave her 2 weeks to live. They sent her home after, her oncologist team sent her home after 4 rounds of radiation. And on the final round of chemo, they basically said to her, there's nothing else we can do for you. 36 years old, we're going to send you home to hospice. And they sent her home fully medicated with an enormous amount of drugs, including 20 milligrams of methadone a day. They were basically trying to finish the job. I hate to say it like that, but unfortunately that's what was happening. And this was March 1st of this year. And on March 10th, she came to us. So let me play a little video for you so you can see the impact.
I'm here to stay. I'm a God's woman. And I got this with my angels.
Celebrating wins. See, Sarah? We're doing it.
Who are you?
I'm strong. I'm a woman.
Say your name.
Elizabeth.
There you go. Next.
I got this.
I'm doing some of this oxygen therapy. It's a machine. We're hitting that cancer everywhere we can. I'm gonna get some fluids too. Through IV, through my port. The pain has been going down, thank God. I'm here fighting. We're fighting this, we're doing this. Sometimes the pain is so strong that I just wanna give up. And we're here pushing through that pain. Just want to get better. I want to fight this. I'm going to overcome this.
I feel a little more energy, like the pain is not as high. I was able to walk without the how do you call that?
Your wheelchair?
The wheelchair, yeah. Here in the spa, so I've been like just walking slowly but surely.
Just so you know, Sarah, I'm barely touching her. Barely. She's doing this all by herself. She's stronger. She's brave.
Michael, today has been an absolute miracle from God and from all you angels that have been helping, including this angel over here, Bella, this angel over here, Blanca. We got a new angel that just started working with us. And everybody is taking great care of this beauty. And I tell you, every day I'm in awe because each day she is getting better and better. And today she was walking so fast. She was walking everywhere. This is probably the first day I've seen that she didn't even have a nap today.
Right, Elizabeth? Elizabeth is going to read off a bunch of wins that we have had. What are our wins?
The tumor markers way better. They went down from a 32 to an 8. We went 4 miles on a 4-mile walk around Brickell with sun so we can get some sunshine and fresh air. Right here, my partner would drag me out in Brickell. He'd drag me out of the house. I'm eating more little by little.
Yay!
My hemoglobin went up. All labs went up.
We are fighting it! And let's just say, 2 months ago, you wouldn't have been able to sit here by yourself, have this beautiful meal with your new friends, and have this big, beautiful smile on your face. This wasn't possible 2 months ago, was it? 2 months ago, actually, we didn't know you yet. That was March 5th. We hadn't even met you yet.
No.
And your mom didn't know because just around that time, they told you only had 2 weeks to live. And your mom didn't know if she was going to have to be telling you goodbye this month. But look, we're already in May, and we're not saying goodbye. We're saying hello.
Hallelujah.
Hello.
Celebrate life. I can do it. I can do it. Joy, joy, joy. Joy is thanking.
Today is Thursday, June 12th, and Miss Ellie over here had a great day today. What did you do today?
Well, I did the PMF, I did the hyperbaric, and I did all my IVs. I did some methylene blue and some vitamin C. That was well needed today. The more I do it, the better.
Delicious Cuban place in Brickell.
And we're gonna help people. That's why we're doing this.
That's right.
This is God's work.
You're doing God's work. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
And we're going to have a special surprise for you towards the end. Elizabeth, who's right here, is going to be coming. I know, it's funny. I have some of our teammates in the audience, and we're all crying because, you know, we have had the pleasure of watching this incredible, brave soul go on this journey. And this is really a journey of hope and faith and mindset and just never, never giving up, because the journey isn't easy and it's got its ups and downs. In fact, she hasn't been in a wheelchair in like 2 months, and she had a minor setback last week. So this is only temporary, don't worry. But she was completely on her own, no more 24-hour care. She wasn't using a wheelchair at all. And unfortunately, because the radiation impacted something in her body so badly that it caused a major infection. So we're really dealing with the ramifications of the radiation and the chemo. And had it not been for that, she would be running up here today, right? But she looks beautiful and radiant, so I'm super excited to bring her up here. I'm gonna just go over a few things that we did for her. Really, when she first came to us, she was 65 pounds, completely lethargic, skin on bones. And we couldn't even take care of her at our wellness center in the beginning. So what did we do? We did something that you all have access to: nutrition. Her oncology team told her to eat whatever she wants, so she was eating cookies and donuts just to get them in their body. Meanwhile, it's not allowing her body to heal or repair whatsoever. So we started with simple smoothies, 3 raw eggs that actually she's taking pretty well now. because raw eggs have so many nutrients, especially the ones from my farm, because they're very, very clean. Don't just trust anybody's eggs, okay? And then we put her on some phosphatidylcholine oil. Everybody has access to it. You can buy it on Amazon. And that started repairing her cells and helping her body detox from the chemo and the radiation that they had completely poisoned her with. And by the way, none of that worked. It didn't work. And so once we were able to get her body strong enough, that's when we brought her to the Wellness Center, and that's when the party and the magic began. Of course, we've formulated some really cool IVs for her. Phosphatidylcholine is one of the IVs that we do. We actually follow Dr. Patricia Kane's protocol. If any of you have heard about this, it's called the PK protocol, and it really repairs the cell membrane and helps the body detox naturally. You know, we're all being bombarded with toxins on a daily basis, especially 5G. And your water, the glyphosate, I tested the rainwater. There was glyphosate in the rainwater. There were all sorts of toxins in the rainwater. So I know there's a little fad about drinking rainwater. Don't drink it. Trust me, it's toxic. And you take a bath, you're getting all those toxins in your body, right? So we really need to, no matter what, even if you don't have anything wrong, continue to support your body's cell membrane, detox, and you need to strengthen it, because if you don't, you can get on a rat wheel of detoxing, but if your cells aren't well, as Dr. Pompa likes to say, you won't ever be well. We have some amazing scalar technology in our system. What was interesting was when we first tried to get her in this in the beginning, she had so many toxins in her body that she would get nauseous pretty quickly, so we can only put her in there for a short period of time, because it was actually helping push these toxins out, but it was too fast for her body to handle. Of course, we all know and love hyperbaric, right? Floods the body with oxygen, because we know that cancer thrives in a low oxygen environment. Again, we had to really go slowly on this one and ease her into her. This one wasn't easy for her. And each time she was able to go a little bit and a little bit higher. So we had to be patient, right? And red light, which you all know, it helps rebuild the mitochondria, reduces inflammation. Just has a lot of great properties. And the PMF, this is one of my favorites. This is like basically a recharge. Recharges your cells like recharging a battery in a car. And it helps reduce the inflammation. When she came to us, she had a tremendous amount of inflammation in her body, and I'm actually going to show you a slide just on that. This is a Zippies. It's another device that, again, recharges the cells. It's a negative ion machine. You sit down, and your hair actually starts to come up because you feel the, you feel the, like, static almost. It's really cool. And I'm going to play another little video.
Hello, I'm Blanca, and I work with medical radio frequency, a tripolar, and I first started working with Elizabeth. It's been about 6 months when she first was sent home, and her feet were extremely swollen to the point, because all the toxins were now static. So we used this technology to flush out all the inflammation in her feet. Tell everyone what was going on with your feet when we first started working with you, Elizabeth.
So my feet were so swollen that I couldn't even walk, like, without needing any help. And they felt heavy. They weren't working with me. It was such a hassle, and I couldn't walk until my first session with Blanca, who helped me tremendously. You can see the before and after of my feet in just one session, how much it helped completely, like, get rid of the inflammation that was happening.
Yeah, from the first treatment, we probably brought all the inflammation down about 60 to 70%. And then on a follow-up session, we got it near back to normal, and you'll see that in the before and afters. It's pretty miraculous what we were able to accomplish in a situation where it was very chronic. And by just starting flushing out the toxins in the feet, we could then move on to other parts of the body and clear out the lymphatic system for her recovery.
So what I like to show you is this, because this is really a profound shot. You can see literally the first treatment was before the first treatment, she was at the top. And this is part of the reason she couldn't walk at all. She couldn't put her foot on the ground without an excruciating amount of pain. And this was caused from all the chemo and the radiation and the meds and all the antibiotics and everything that they pumped her body with. And you can see after 4 treatments, the difference it makes, you know. And we all know inflammation is the root cause of all of our problems. And so what Blanca brings to the table, and we're really happy to have her as part of the team, it gets amazing things done in a very short period of time. She's also downstairs in our booth. If you haven't seen the booth downstairs, we're at the bottom center. And she's giving demos, 15-minute demos. You just need to sign up and get one, but I highly recommend you try it because in 15 minutes you can see the difference. I also wanted to give a little shout out with John. Will you raise your hand, John? Mitozen, a good friend over here. We also carry his supplements. We love his supplements. She's on some of his supplements as well. But he has a booth downstairs. They changed things a little, and he's all the way down. I guess there's like a first floor. So please go and stop by Mitozen. You will love his products. His meditation spray is one of my favorite. But John's a good friend, so I wanted to give you a shout out. So please go see his booth, okay? There's not much traffic down there right now. Now this was her stomach. Mind you, she was 65 pounds when we saw her. She's 90 now. Look at her belly at 65 pounds. That was all massive inflammation. Now look at her belly as of just a couple days ago. I mean, the results are incredible, incredible. And of course, all of the devices, other devices we have and all the IVs, they all help with inflammation. But really, I feel like this technology is just next level in expediting the healing process. So thank you, Blanca. We also, we do the EBU. Here's a little video here I'm going to play because we have a special for all of you. Anybody that wants to try the EBU, which is one of my favorite. I've done like 15 of them. I lived 3 years in mold, and I had really bad Lyme and parasites and everything. And this is just an crazy, amazing blood cleansing machine. And we also test the contents that come out in the filter, and it will tell you it's incredible because every person has almost like a fingerprint of toxins. It's because of your environment, right? And I've had probably like 5 or 6 different biohackers come into our center, and they all have a various amount of toxins in them. I've done like 15 of these, so I'm like down to 2 major ones, that's it. We have some people that come in with 50 major ones. So it just really goes to show that we accumulate a lot of toxins, and it doesn't matter if you look healthy on the outside. You know, wherever you live, you could be getting chemtrails more than the average. You could be in a plane a lot. Whatever it is, this is one of the fast ways to get those toxins out.
Hey guys, back at Centner Wellness in Miami for my EBU treatment, which is essentially ozone with blood filtration. If you were a part of my detox challenge, you know that we have mold, mycotoxins, heavy metals, viruses, parasites. We've got all kinds of things floating around in our blood. We accumulate microplastics called bisphenols, toxins from our food supply, insecticides, pesticides, herbicides. So I did have a little bit of aflatoxin and ochratoxin, which I got from non-mold-free coffee and from nuts. And so this machine is going to filter my blood, ozonate it, and then put it right back in my body. So it pulls it out one side, puts it back into the other side. It's like an oil change for your body. You can actually do pre and post labs to show the reduction in toxins. You can look at heavy metals, you can look at molds, fungi, you can look at microplastics, all the things that are clogging our bloodstream and causing our immune system to divert its attention away from policing ourselves. So if you're in the Miami area, you're lucky enough to have a Centner Wellness near you, you can get an EBU treatment.
Now what's interesting, he was actually rattling off the stuff we showed him from his report. So he was, he looked at his report and saw what came out, and he was pretty surprised to see that, somebody who's a biohacker like him still has all these toxins. But it makes sense, we live in a toxic world. So anybody that gets squeamish, close your eyes to this video. This is a little bit of my personal journey. So I'm 48. I have, my mother had breast cancer. My grandma died of breast cancer, and pretty much all my aunts had breast cancer. And I had a good friend a couple years ago that she died pretty brutally from breast cancer because she had a biopsy that basically busted open her breast, and she was allergic to anesthesia, so she couldn't have her breast removed. So around that time, pretty much right when she died, I found an enormous lump underneath my breast. That was exact same spot that my mom had her breast. And I remembered, of course, the journey that my friend had just gone through. So I was like, okay, note to self, not getting a biopsy. I didn't even tell my husband when I found it because I was like, I'm just going to figure this out on my own. This was in 2023. And I just went full force on taking care of myself, parasite cleanses, strengthening my immune system, lymphatic drainage like crazy, you name it. And I was actually able to bring this thing up to the surface. Once I brought it up to the surface, a little hole appeared, almost like God was telling me, okay, you did the right work. Now let's get this thing out. Okay, so anybody who gets squeamish, close your eyes. You could see what I literally squeezed out, that at one point was a few inches under the skin. Now, why do I share this story with you? Because I meet so many beautiful souls who the second they hear they've got a lump, they rush to the doctors, they get a biopsy, then all of a sudden it's spread. Now they have their breast removed, they do chemo and radiation. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving you medical advice, so do not take this as medical advice, please. I'm only telling you this because I urge everybody to explore alternatives. And do it with a healthcare provider. No, I'm a little bit crazy. Don't do what I did. Don't try and do it on your own. Do it with somebody who's a functional wellness practitioner who truly believes in doing things the natural way, who truly understands that these bodies that we have are God's miracle that were given to us. And He knows, and He's granted us the ability to heal. Of course, I'm sure when He created these bodies, He didn't know glyphosate was going to come around, or all the other insane toxins, or that there would be some crazy person that would think fluoride in the water is a great idea. But no matter what, these bodies are our temple, and they're strong, and they're beautiful, and they're amazing. So please don't ever let anybody fear you into doing a procedure that your gut is telling you is not a good idea without exploring your options. Now, at the end of the day, your journey is your journey. Don't let anybody fear you. Don't let anybody force you. You do what you need to do based on who you are. And I will tell you, I'm super blessed and happy that I saw what I saw right before this, because I knew I was going to take my health into my own hands. And I like to share this with people because I want you to be empowered. I want every single person in this room to know that you have the power to heal yourself with the right support. I mean, we just have an incredible increase in chronic diseases. Cancer, turbo cancers. Okay, I have a question for you all. Will you raise your hand if you know anybody that's been diagnosed with cancer? Raise your hand high so I can see it. Okay. Keep it, please. Keep it up, all the way up. Now, I want you to raise your hand if you know, keep it raised. Raise your hand if you know anybody that has passed away from cancer. Okay? Now, I want you to, everybody look around. This is a lot of people, okay? Now, I want you to put your hand down wait, not yet, sorry, I know your hands are getting tired, if you know somebody who's actually recovered fully from cancer and is still alive today. And you can see probably half the hands dropped. You can bring your hands now. The point in me saying that is, it doesn't need to be terminal. They told Elizabeth, after doing 4 rounds of chemo and radiation, we can't help you anymore. There are alternatives. And you know, they have tied parasites to cancer. They've tied toxins to cancer. And unfortunately, the COVID shot, it is causing people who were in remission to come out of remission and get turbo cancer. This is real, and I'm not telling this to scare you. I'm just telling you this because you need to do the right thing and take care of your body, nourish it. And you can start at home with very basic supplements. I tell everybody the number one thing you should get on at home is phosphatidylcholine, because that repairs so much damage that is caused by just 5G alone. At Centner Wellness, what we do is, phase one is we assess. So we run different labs. You know, we have one lab that we love the most, which is our fatty acid test, which is actually a cell membrane. It dissects your cell membrane to see where you are, where you stand. So me, for example, there's one of the numbers on there is a PR index. I was a 412. I had no idea what that meant before I started the cell membrane journey. Basically, my body wasn't detoxing at all. My body was completely stuck. So I was on this hamster wheel doing all of these detoxes with the saunas, with this, with that, but it didn't matter because my cell was never going to detox well on its own. And it took me about 90 days to get that number from a 412 to a 95. I haven't retested again yet, but my goal is to get it at least close to my husband's, who's in this audience, who's like bionic man. His is a 5, because he's just amazing like that. But when your cells are strong, which is really the root cause of everything, right? Why do we get parasites? Why do we get an accumulation of toxins? The root cause is because your cells aren't well. Step 2 is then, of course, once we figure out what's going on with the different tests, then we can help you strengthen your cell membrane. We can help you detox in the right way. You know, I know a lot of people do all these detoxes, but they don't do them with binders. Well, if you detox without binders, you're just spreading the stuff back into your body. And then the final thing is we do a lot of things with stem cells, but one of the things we do that's super cool is we can actually harvest your own fat stem cells in our office with one of our doctors. And your fat stem cells are actually preserved in time, so they're 10% of your age. And it's actually something, my husband and I did it, we loved it. I've done other people's stem cells before, and when we did our own, it was like this complete jolt of energy. And your body's going to 100% accept it because they're your stem cells. And we bought an incredible machine that allows you to get them the same day. And then we send them out to harvest them. So after 8 weeks, you can get your own stem cells every single month. It's super cool. We have a 15,000 square foot location in Brickell. It's got all sorts of devices, 50 different modalities, you name it. We've got a little a cafe there, which we're actually opening a larger restaurant in January, so we're very excited about it. But you can nourish your mind, body, and soul. We do breath work and sound bowl, all sorts of fun things. We've got an Edgewater location where you can do colonics. Now, I tell people, I always warn them, before you do colonics just anywhere, make sure they are not relying on the filtration system that's in that machine. I literally bought a $35,000 filtration system that's connected to my colonics, because if that water's not perfect going inside you, you're going to have big problems. And you can actually see the machine because it's in the bathroom. We have a Coral Gables location, which has another one of my favorite devices, which is the HOCAT. That's an ozone steamer. Again, it helps get the toxins out of your body, and there's also a lot of other great devices. And then 1 second, I'm going to bring you up in 1 second. Take a picture of this. This is just some offers for you guys. You can book a tour and come and see us for free, no charge, nothing. Just call us up and say, I want to have a tour of this cool place. There's no charge for that. Anybody can book a tour. Actually, my husband's been getting on me for putting it on the website, and that's going to happen, right, Brianna? And then, or if you want to do a day pass, which we have some amazing day passes, you can get 25% off. And if you want to do the EBOO, we've got a 3 EBOO $5,000 discounted package. And what does it say at the bottom? Oh, and then Blanca. And we have a lot of other things downstairs. So if you guys want to take a little snapshot of this, that's where you can find me. on my Instagram, but don't send me a message because I don't check them. That's the Centner Wellness Instagram. And of course, I have a school, a very special school, Centner Academy, if you want to follow us there. We're doing a lot of great things. And of course, we also own a farm, which is how we feed our kids, farm to table, and how we feed our cafe. If it's not at the farm, we source it from other farms. And so what I would like to do now is welcome our very special guest, Elizabeth, to the stage. Now, before I give you the microphone, today is actually a very special day, and I'm going to try and not get emotional saying it, but it's her birthday today. And we didn't plan it to be this on her birthday today, and when we dreamt about this, this was part of our dream, when she came, I said, you know what, Elizabeth? I just have this feeling in my heart that by the time September comes in, you are going to be ready to go on stage. And she goes, but that's my birthday. And I'm like, look, that's your gift from God. It's your birthday. So she's here. If we could all just sing her a happy birthday. And Monica has some flowers and a balloon for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to pass you the mic now for you to share whatever your heart wants to share.
Hello, everyone. So yes, let's start with that. Today is my birthday, and I was told that I wasn't going to make it till today. On March, I was told I had 2 weeks to live. So just being here now with you, it's a big thing. I'm here because God decided to give me a chance and save me and meet all these wonderful people. And being able to accomplish and just be here today is just amazing. I wouldn't have thought from being sent home and not given any hope. I couldn't do any more treatments, any more radiation or chemo, even though it wasn't really something I wanted to do, but it was kind of the only option I was given. I think that if I would have had the option to do it this way from the start, I wouldn't have gotten worse or to the point where I was barely even moving. I was sleeping. I wasn't awake. I wasn't under so much medication that would not allow me to get up and eat. I had to get up from my bed with help. I was under hospice with 24 hours watch because they said that any day now, it will be my day. So every day, my parents, my family will just have to think and say, maybe it's today. Maybe today's the day. But I feel like I wanted to fight. And that's something that stuck with me. And I said, God, I give myself to you. And if you think it's my time to go, then I'll go. But if it's not, I'll be here and I'll serve you. And I'm going to fight. Because this has to be shared. And if I get better, I want to help people that are going through this, that think that they don't have any other options, that think that only putting yourself through chemo radiation, which is a lot, it's a lot,
to put your body into, especially when you are not well, it really affects you. And only the people that have gone through it knows exactly what I'm talking about. The exact pain, the nausea, the not being able to eat, the days where you just wanted to lay down, you weren't yourself. And like I said, if doing the treatments now, after I commended myself to God, I started meeting my earth angels. Her right here, who gave me a chance and said, I'm going to help you. When it was 4 days before my due date.
4 days, and you're not on hospice care anymore, right?
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
Actually, hospice came to her and said, you don't need us anymore. And she's like, I don't need you anymore. We had to actually hide everything we were doing from hospice. They had no idea.
Yeah, because they, they're the service when literally the doctors tell you we can't help you anymore. You go home, you have 2 weeks, and hospice is there for your last days to just medicate you so you're not suffering, and just waiting for the last day, technically. So I started meeting my earth angels after I said I wanted to fight and I want to ask God for a second chance. And ever since then, everything just changed miraculously. Just from diet alone, like we said, because she came in and she was like, we're going to give you this smoothie with eggs. And I was just like, with eggs? Like raw eggs? I'm like, okay, I never pictured myself, but I was just like, whatever it takes. If this is how I have to fight this, I'm going to fight it this way. And we started off. Allison came to my house, and she just taught my mom. She went shopping and taught my mom how to make the smoothie because we were said, like, we're going to fight it and we're going to do this. I was so weak that I couldn't even go to the center. I couldn't. The first day that I went, I had to go with an oxygen tank. And I had so much anxiety, and I felt so bad that I said, God, give me the strength because I feel like this is the way. And like with everything, she has all these machines that could help so many people, not just people with cancer, people with Parkinson's. I've seen how much those machines, how much the people that work with us help, not just because they're professional, but because they have a warm heart. And you can tell when you go in there that they don't treat you as an object, they treat you as a person, and they know that you're struggling, they know that you're not well, and they're there for you. And I feel like that's what I found at the Centner, and I felt like, people really cared, and you don't see that a lot. So I'm very thankful to be a part of this, and like I said, this is my journey, and I'm going through this, but I'm fighting it because I want to help more people to know that there's more options, to know that you don't have to pick something that's killing you, not your good cells, not only your bad cells, but your good cells too that are trying to fight with your body. That there's a way that you could just attack those bad cells and attack that tumor without you losing your strength, without you suffering so much from all the chemicals that have been put in your body. Now, I feel like doctors have a lot of knowledge and that they do what they can. A lot of them are good people, but they don't have all the supplies, they don't have all of the knowledge of what's out there now that could help you without you having to go through suffering or do a lot of things that are just gonna harm your body like overall. So I feel like the more I learn, the more I know about things that we have at the center, that even the IVs alone help me so much. And Blanca's machine did miracles to me in the first session. Nobody can tell me that, or any doctor would be able to do what she did in one session with my inflammation. Nobody. And I can guarantee you I could go to any doctor right now and they will not be able to do the inflammation as much as she did in one session.
Tell them a little story of how She was in the hospital last week because of an infection that got really high and spiked a fever because of the radiation that caused the fistula. So she had to go, but we busted her out because all they wanted to do was drown her in antibiotics. So we're like, okay, they're not going to help you. So we literally were like, just get out now. Yeah. Share with them a little story of what the oncology team, what were they were saying to you when they saw you.
Oh my God. So I was diagnosed on January 2024. So I've been in and out of the hospital. I go to the same hospital because I was an MCI patient from Miami Cancer Institute. And so Baptist and Miami Cancer Institute are the same. And so I always had like nurses that remember me, and a lot of them saw me at my worst. And then they saw me now, how I went in. One of them told me, I've never seen you smile until now. And he was my nurse for a little while. I was in such weak state that I couldn't even smile or say something. He would not hear me talk because I was so weak that I was just either sleeping, or if I'll get waken up, I couldn't really comprehend, I couldn't really focus. And some of them were like, they were so happy to see me better. And I told them that, because they see that every day. They see all of these patients that are not good and that are on their last bed, their last hour. And they told me he gave them hope to know that there is a way that maybe they can help other people do that. And they were hopeful that, and they wanted to know more. They wanted to know about the center. They wanted to know about the people that were helping me. And even one of the gynecologists, who, she's a God's woman for sure, she was so impressed that she wanted to even come to the center and meet Leila and meet Dr. Sanchez and meet everyone that's been a part of this, because they see this every day. They get together to do, to go over cases together to see how they can help. And they saw my case, and by that time, they said that there was nothing that could be helped. And now that they saw me, they were like, how did she do it? How did this happen? She was supposed to be dead. Literally, because that's why they sent me home. They couldn't help me anymore. So to me, just to spark that in them, just with my case, it makes me feel good, because I feel like they're starting to question and starting to realize that maybe there's another way, and that maybe that patient that's on their last days, maybe that person could be helped in other ways. So I wasn't happy to be back at the hospital, but I was happy that I was able to let them see that, and to see that I'm still here and I'm still fighting, and I'm gonna get out of this, because I feel it, and I know we're getting closer and closer, and we might have a little step back, but sometimes you have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward, and that's what we're doing. It's not always easy. I was in a lot of pain until not long ago, because one of my tumors was on my spine, so I was getting really bad pains, and it was very tough. There was days that I was just like, I don't know if I could keep doing this. It's a lot that you have to deal with, but I feel like I'm glad that I was able to say, I'm just gonna keep pushing one more day, little by little, one more time, and be able to be here today and talk to you. And hopefully, if you have a relative or anyone that's going through something similar, to know that there's other ways and there's some hope still there. Remember, they gave me 2 weeks to live, and that was in March. And I'm here now on my 37th birthday. When they told me I wasn't gonna make it, I'm here and talking to you guys, and that's where I'm gonna be.
I wanted to ask, you mentioned diet as being something that you can start right away, even before you get a diagnosis to, you know, make it hard for the cancer to grow. What are some of the diet tips that you would give us that you guys use actively to starve the cancer?
So the biggest thing is no sugar. And that's something that I didn't get told when I was at the hospital. In fact, they were like, eat whatever you want. So, but the main one is no sugar. Right now, I am on an all vegetable diet because I'm still in my healing process, and I'm taking a lot of supplements as well. So supplements are big into also helping your body nourish and have the strength to fight. I truly believe that your body can heal itself if you give it the right tools. If you feed it correctly, you allow it to, because when we eat a lot of processed food, what it does is like, it slows down your metabolism, it slows down your body, so it makes it lazier to process because it's trying to process all that food. But when you keep it clean, you incorporate supplements that help your body, especially when you gut, the gut bacteria. And organic, yeah, all organic. Everything, like she said, from the farm is the best. I know sometimes a little expensive, but I think what I spent in being sick would have been cheaper for me to just change my diet and go buy something more organic. So I feel like it all starts with the way you eat and you nourish yourself as well. Yeah, and also gluten-free, yes, because gluten is very harmful for your gut as well. So, yeah, I think those are great ways to start.
Yes, thank you for sharing such a powerful story, and congratulations, happy birthday. So yesterday we hosted Lifespan in Media Spotlight Awards, and today we want to award Leila Centner, and I invite Jean and Dallas to announce what is award for.
This is the award for the Community Health Impact Award, and she wasn't here yesterday because she was serving the community. So thank you so much, Leila. You are an inspiration, and you are a quick picture.
Thank you, guys. I'll take a photo. Thank you, guys. And don't forget, come visit us at our booth and go visit Dr. John at his Mitozen booth down on the first floor. And Elizabeth, if she has energy, she'll stay here and chat with you down there for a few more minutes. Anybody that wants to ask her personal questions. Yes, picture, hold on. Julia, come here.